Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Carmen and I am a cash stuffer and zero-based budgeter. And we are here today because we are doing the third week of September's cash unstuffing from our envelopes. So just a little bit of background if you're new here. We use a rewards credit card for all of our purchases day to day, everything combined. And once the week is done, then we go back and we unstuff from our envelopes because we do have our cash envelopes readily available. It does still keep us very much accountable for our cash, but also earning rewards in the process to help beef up our savings or beef up our buffer. So that is what we are getting done today. Let's go ahead and get started. So here in front of me, I do have my iPad of all of our transactions. So I'll kind of just be looking off to that in front of me and calculating everything together. So we are going to start with our groceries envelope. So let's go ahead and calculate everything. So we have $25.24 from Whole Foods for vitamins, $115.54 from Walmart, $16.39 from Target, and then $47.30 from Publix. We also have a charge on our Costco card for $29.45, bringing our grocery total to $233.92, and we will round that up to $234. I do need to bring some change into play. So these little baggies are available on my Etsy shop, and there are different sayings that come with them. But I'm going to pull out some change from here real fast. I do need to go and get this broken down even further, but actually what I'm going to do, no, let me just take the change first and then I'll replace it in a second. So I'm going to take out a 5 and 5 ones, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we'll see if that lasts us through here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5. So I'm just going to put that on the tray. Once I get a 10, I will go ahead and put that back into that envelope. So we are looking at $234 for groceries. So let's pop back to groceries. And if you saw my previous video of my cash stuffing, you'll have seen that I am trying to figure out how I want to split my high priority and low priority, but I'm going to be doing that for October. So you'll kind of see a little bit of a different setup in my envelopes when it comes to October, but I'll just kind of be splitting them between what we use mostly every day and what kind of just hangs out a lot more often. So $234, so we have $152 and then $20.35, and then we'll take back a 1. So in groceries, well, let me double count. This should be $235, but I already put back the 1. So $152, $20.35. Okay. So now left in groceries, and I'm going to move this 10 over to my envelope so I don't get confused later on in the total. Left in groceries, you have 51, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 41. So $241 for this last, for this next week. So I'm going to go ahead, and there goes my pencil. So give me a second, let me grab that. Okay, got it. So let me mark those off. So that is the Costco one. And then we are looking at, oh my God, almost fell one more time. So we have that one, this one, and then that one. Okay. So next up is dining out, and this one is a killer because pretty much this 1 week just depleted our entire 2-week budget. So we have $475, 10, 181, 780, 181, 250, 2183, 2408, 57.93, 65.91, 17.25, and 32.15. So that brings us to $247.82. My budget for the 2 weeks is $250, And we're now pulling out 258. So yeah, we're gonna have a real big issue for the rest of this this week. So 247.82, which means we're taking out 248, which will really just be this entire 250. We're just gonna take $2 back. So 50, 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 30, 40, 45, 250. So 250 minus 248 is the $2 that we're taking back. Oh, that is so sad. I feel like I just stuffed this envelope too. So, $2 whole to take us for this week. Wow. Okay. So let's mark those guys off. Put that one here. Okay, so then the next thing that we have is our gas. So we have 85.53, and then whenever we do the boat parking at the marina, I always take it from gas as well. So it's 153. So for this one, I'm just gonna take out 100, and I'm just gonna kind of leave the rest there. So instead, so we had groceries, which I'm gonna have to recalculate because I can't remember. Dine out, which was the 248, and then gas, we're taking out 100. So that way when I count everything, I know what I'm doing. So those were the only purchases that we had. Let me just double count my groceries. 25, 24, 115, 54, 16, 39, 47, 30, and then the Costco one of 29, 45. So it was 234. So 234. And then those are, again, like I said, all the purchases that we had on our family card for this week. So again, I've said it before, these are our usual things. We maybe have like 1 or 2 high priority things that come out, but usually not. I usually do those on my credit card because it's just easier for me to remember. So 234, 268, and 100. So we should have 602 here. So we're just going to double count that before I go into my envelopes, just in case there's any discrepancies. I know where it came from. So we have 1, 52, 53, 54, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 81, 82. Did I not count that right? 234, 240. Oh, it's because it's 248. I thought it was a 268. And 100. Yeah, 582. This is why we do things separately. 582. So let me just double count it real fast. Okay, perfect. So 582 is what is going for the family card and Costco. So now I can go into my envelopes and take from my card. Okay, so let me switch over. Okay, so we had a couple different things. So I'm actually going to be pulling from my accounts for my Disney card as well as my Amazon card. So medical, we have 2 items. So medical, and they were 15 each. Those are the copays for my daughter's physical therapy. So if I go into health, I should be taking out 30, 20, 30. So perfect. So let's mark those guys off. Next is going to be the Disney purchase. So we went on a day trip this past Friday, and it was to the Food and Wine Festival, and then obviously doing some shopping. So we have a couple different things. So 342, 12, 750, 25, 12, 31, 9, 25, 75, 101, 33, which that was our souvenir purchase, like pins and everything, and then 402. So it's 180.33. So we are rounding that up to 181. So let me write that. So Disney 181. So 51, 50, 70. Actually, there's like a bunch of 5s in here. I'll do a cash condensing after I'm done here. 51, 50, 70, 80, and 1. Okay, so 51, 50, 70, 80, 1. Okay. Yeah, I think at the end of this video, I'll do a cash condensing just to kind of mix it all together. Okay. So all of those guys are done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. The next thing I have are 2 spending purchases. So I did some planner preparation purchases for 2026. So that was $140.40. And I'm actually just going to put that one to $140 because I have in my my account the 40 cents to cover that for the card. So I'm going to take out $140. So we have $150 here, and then I'll just get 10 back into my spending. Big balla spending. And then this last purchase is actually for the last week of September. So that is for that card. So now let's look at Amazon. So that was actually, so $41.80. Okay, so this was already in here. I have to, hold on, I have to think to myself because I have in my account $50.77 because that is what I am using. That's what I had to like additionally pay. Okay, yeah, I know what it is. So the one thing that I do need to do is I have the $50.77 in my account for a part of it. Now, the other thing was I needed to take $20 from the kids envelope, which actually I need to take out more from the kids envelope. So technically, so the $20 is because my son decided to purchase Lilo and Stitch on Amazon Prime, and it charged my credit card for some reason when we have my husband's account connected to the Amazon Prime. So I'm still baffled on that one. So there was that. And then I also bought him new headphones. So that was $33.90 and I have $35. So we're going to round that up to $34. So we're just getting $1 back into kids. So that takes care of those and honestly takes care of these purchases as well, I believe. Yeah. Okay. The other one is household. We did buy some damp aid kind of containers for the boat because it was getting a lot of moisture in there, and that was $20. So that's all household had. And then that is going to be the only other purchase there. The other thing that I have on the card is a Halloween costume. So I got to take out, ooh, if I can close this big mama jamma. Actually, first off, let me do this. So I had kids was 34, household 20, and then Halloween. His costume was 24.38. So we're going to be taking out 25. So let me get Halloween. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, so I'm going to have to break down my my placeholder. Okay, so I need to take 25 back. Right, so it was a $50 placeholder, 25 back. Okay, so then left in Halloween, I have 20, 30, 35, 40, 45. So I'm not going to really worry about the tracker because, like I said, it's fine. There was originally 70 in there. So that is that one. So we can mark that one off. Okay, so 34, 20, 25. So on the Amazon card is 79. And then on my card is 351. So let's add everything together so we can make sure we have it all here. So it was 582 from the family card and Costco. 79 from Amazon, and then 351 from my Disney credit card. So we should have 1,012. So we have 50. I'm just going to subtract. So let me write this. So 1,012. Okay. So I'm taking out, so I have 200. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 80, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 5, 10, 15, 20, and then the 2 ones. Perfect. So we have everything that we need. So 351 and what was it? 79 is 430. So 430, and then plus the 582. Yeah, and then family is getting the 582. So when I go to deposit, I deposit it all into one account and then I'll transfer later. So 1,012. Okay, so now that that's done, I am actually going to, so I need to remember that this is money I need to transfer. Okay, where are my placeholders? So let's do some condensing. So I have some placeholders here, which I don't think I'm going to need that many, to be honest, but we have them. Okay, so I'm going to keep those here just in case I do need them. We'll start with our high priority. So back to school, I'm sure I can condense down. So it was 10, 20, 30, 35, and 40. So we'll take out 2 20s. It'll help with this binder a little bit. Beauty, 20, 40. I'm just going to change this to a 20. Nope. Birthdays. Okay, so this I'm actually going to deposit. So I need to actually make a note of this. So this was birthdays, and I'm going to do 100. So I'm going to deposit this and put a $100 placeholder. Braces, can't do anything with. So I'm going to have to withdraw from that one for the next week anyways. Car registration, I can change this to a 50. It's just about bringing this down. All right, so Disney's one that I know I can. All right, 20, 40, 60, 81. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200. So Disney is going to get $200 in placeholders. Let's do 2 of these guys. So Disney has 1, 2, 3, 350, 351, which is awesome. because I know it's going to be around like $250, $260 for the lightning lanes and everything that I want to do for my birthday. And then on my Disney Rewards credit card, I have a redemption card that has over $100 on it. So I'm super, super excited for Disney. Entertaining has 50, so I'm going to change that to a 50. Family Fun only has a 15. Nope, 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 no. I don't think any of these other ones can do anything. Well, I lied. So change that to a 20. Kids only has $1. Okay, mother-daughter trip I can. So I can change this to a $100 placeholder. So mother-daughter trip, 100. Just grab one of these guys. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the mother-son trip. This one will get a 50. Subscriptions is as far as okay, awesome. So usually the ones that I put placeholders in are ones that I know I'm not going to be using for at least the next coming weeks, so it at least builds something in the bank. All right, I think the only one that I can maybe touch here is Christmas, because everything else was at I think I can change these to 20s though. Yeah. 10, 15, 20. So everything else was still pretty low. Okay. So maybe Christmas. Yes, for sure. So let's do this. Change this to 2 10s. And then I'm going to do, oh, why did I do that? Well, I think for that. Okay, so 51, 20, 40, 50. So Christmas is doing 150. Okay, so 51, 20, 40, 50. Okay. So we are doing 150. Do I have in the same so we can keep like, yeah. All right, I have the 1, but then I'm going to have to do a 50. Okay. So 1,100, 200, 250, 260. So 1,260, which I believe is what we said. Okay. And then the last thing I'm going to look at, which I don't think I can do anything with. I think the only one I can do is maybe my daughter's Gingse. But let's look at the savings challenges. So, nope, nothing in that one. I think I can maybe put like 20s in here. Yeah. So take those out, put a 20. That has 30. That has 40. This has 20. This also has 20. This has 20. Just got to condense everything down. It makes it a little bit easier. The bank's going to hate me, though, depositing all these 10s. Oh, well. Running out of space on the tray for 20s. That's 30. That's 15, 15, 15. Okay, so then that just brings us to this one here, which I can take out and put a placeholder for 100. My thing locked on. So then that 100. So then there's a 300 here. Perfect. Okay, so going back to the bank to get put into our high yield savings. Let's take a look. We have 100, 200, 150, 150, and 100. So we actually have $700 going back to the high yield savings, which means that we should have, double check off to the side, 1,712. So we have this 50 that needs to be taken, 200, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 50, 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, all these 10s, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 91, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 92, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 93, 10. Whew. 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 80. And then these fabulous little 2s. So we have added everything to the T. So that's perfect. So that is it. We have, let me just recap, $582 going back to our family card to pay for week 3's purchases, $430 going to my credit card to pay for week 3 purchases for me, as well as Amazon purchases for the month. And then we have $700 going towards our high yield savings accounts for high priority sinking funds, as well as challenges and holidays. So that is it. That's all I have for you guys today. It was a longer video than I was anticipating, but that is it. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscription button. I'm really trying to build this channel up to really hold my accountability. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.